detailing can make the fabricator's life so much better or so much worse. One of the biggest issues I run across is where the rails are not detailed the way that they actually fabricate it. So it might be detailed with elbows.
Or just miters,
yes,
that sort of thing. Yep.
When they actually have a bender. And I'm told by clients all the time, I'm like, yeah, they just, it's too much trouble or blah, 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 whatever, right? And I'm like, well, can't that be done? So tell me from your perspective.
Here's what sucks as a detailer. You get the 150-page detailing manual.
Yeah.
And that detailing manual has been updated, maybe, kind of, sort of, over the last 8 years.
Yeah.
Might be in paper, might be in PDF, done by a detailing manager or PM.
Or a consultant.
Or an admin, an office admin that just, because AISC came through and said, we're going to do audits. You really ought to have this stuff on time. You need a detailing manual. And somebody does it.
Yep.
Does it get updated? Yeah. Well,
when they call you and
then
when the
you
audit
buy
comes
the
around,
bender.
Yeah.
And then, nobody bothers to tell you on the front end,
Yeah.
actually we bend all the rail. What's painful is just like finding out about that when the work's set, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I've just gone through all the pain to do this. Everything's drawn. And then bending a rail. I've got, 5, 10 different pieces of rail to go through a handrail that's neighboring a guardrail. Or I can make that one.
Yep.
And it kind of snakes its way up through all of the bends.
Yep.
That part's going to orient on a drawing completely different.
Yeah.
And I've got a number of single parts that I might not have. It's just completely going to blow my drawing up.
Yep.
So just knowing on the front end, I can set up for it. I can totally set up for
that.
it.
Yeah, it always took me way more time to detail with the bends versus just having the miter. And so I think that's the reason why you see a lot of that is because it's a time thing.
Yep.
It takes so much time to do it that way. There are settings that can help you. For sure, but it's a setup. It is a setup thing.
We see two sides of the miscellaneous world because there is a side that's like draw the thing on a piece of paper and send it to me.
You really hit a nerve here.
Yeah.
You really hit a nerve here.
I thought it
would be. Well, the other side of it is like, no, we're going to build what you model. Like you're a robot operator, and so it's all going to get mitered that way, fit that way. So send us everything.
Yeah.
Send us all the single parts and all of the. It's not an NC file. In that instance, the machines that deal with railings, I believe, deal in XML.
Yeah.
But it's just different.
Well, it's a beef with me too, because a lot of clients that I go to, specifically on the rails, it's like, okay, well, I can't do a cut list on miscellaneous because the rails aren't detailed the way that we fabricate. I'm like, well, why not? And well, the detailer doesn't send it to us that way. Well, have you asked? And they beat around the bush, and they're really good politicians. They talk all around the question without answering the question, right? And ultimately, they probably don't go back to the detailer and ask. Yeah. And that's one of the biggest problems. It's kind of like with the PFXT file. We were talking about PFXT versus KISS files earlier. I'll go back to clients and I'll be like, why are you not using the PFXT file? Why are you still using KISS files? That's what the detailer sends me. I'm like, well, do you want the other file? Well, yeah. I'm like, well, are you asking for it? Well, they send me the KISS file. Come on, guys, communicate with them. The detail, I haven't met a detailer yet that really is just like, I'm going to do whatever I want to. I'm not going to listen to you. But one of the biggest disconnects, though, is that very often the guys that are sending the standards, like at a lot of shops, is the project managers that are the point man with the detailer, right? And so the standards, though, in a lot of ways are built for what they need in the shop, and a lot of that greatly affects what happens on an import, right?
Yeah.
So these guys badly need it a certain way, and the guy that is talking with the detailer is like, okay, I'll ask for it. If he doesn't get it, it's like, we just got to get in the shop. I'm going to forward it on. And then these guys are getting the pressure. Yeah. I'm like, here's what I need. I want this to be done with the detailing standards, and they're not the person talking with the detailer. And so this guy's like, just get it done, you know? And so these guys just get it done. Then the standards go away and nobody ever looks at the standards again.
And it never gets fixed. And this just continues on every single project.
Exactly.
Same thing over
Exactly.
and over again.